Hello everyone and welcome to today's Starseed Healing Circle. In today's session we are continuing with the Lightbody Activations and we are moving on to the next center. So we are going to start off with our tune in. Let's get into our Lightcode for today. We're tuning in with the blue Avian Starseed Activation. So close your eyes, center, and just think about what it is that you would like to bring into your life. What would you like to heal? What would you like to let go of? What would you like to bring in or manifest? Today's light body center is about stepping into the mental body. So it could be that you receive today insights or mental activity or mental guidance, or perhaps more clarity to help you on your way. Just allow your eyes to gently rest upon the light code, perhaps trace it so that it becomes a labyrinth for your eyes. Keep your focus on your goal, and you can stay here as long as you need. Also recording if you want more time here. Okay, so as I mentioned, we are working with our next light body activation center. So we've already done Nuya, which is right at the base. And if you have not done any of the previous light body activation centers or meditations, stop this recording right here, go right back. I'm going to put all the links to all the different centers in. You have to go in order with these centers. Otherwise, if you jump in here now and you have not activated your lower centers, or you don't know what I'm talking about, you're not going to get the benefit from this session. So go back, do the meditations for the previous ones. I would say if possible, if you could do each of those meditations maybe 3 or 5 times, it just helps you to really familiarize yourself with the energy, with what it feels like, with where it is, with what it sounds like, what it feels like, all of those things. And it helps you to activate that center. So really, really important. You don't want to just skip ahead because you're not going to get the benefit from the work. I have been working with the light body activation centers and the meditation since 2007. And it took me quite a while. It took me quite a few years. And what I do is every few years, I revisit each of the centers and I work my way through them again. And each time I get another depth and another understanding and insight or awareness of whatever is in that particular center that I'm working with. So really beneficial to revisit the previous meditations that we have done. Okay, let's do a quick recap. The first center, Nuya, sits at the base of the spine, and it is seen as the muscle contraction that we have is right on the perineum, and it's a very small little contraction that you do. And as we do that, the cones can be done wide or narrow. The cone can be long, it can be short, depending on what it is that you need. The Nuya is our way of pulling in energy from our surrounding area. So, for example, if you are in a space where you want to soak up more of the surrounding energy, let's say you're out in nature, then you can open up the cone and lengthen it so that you can pull more of that energy in. When you're in a crowded room or a place where you don't feel comfortable and you want to protect yourself a little bit more, then make the cone smaller, narrower, and shorter. The energy that we pull up from the Nuya is then processed through the Dinya. The Dinya is sitting roughly where the ovaries are sitting, and we've got a small muscle contraction in that same area that we do. There are 2 points, and it looks very much like almost standing in a pool of water, waist high in the water. And as you do small movements, there's these ripples that come out to the sides of you and all the way around. That's what the Nuya energy looks like, these ripples. And as the energy from the Nuya comes up, these ripples are then sending those frequencies through into all the other centers. It then goes through to the Liao. Liao is sitting just under the sternum. So not under the sternum, the xiphoid process. So just in the soft part of your belly under the ribs. And it looks like 3 marbles or 3 points. And they spin around their own axes and then spin around each other's axes at quite a speed. They then produce a wave-like pattern that shakes up or activates or excites the energy that was pulled up from the Nuya and then sort of harmonized by the Dinya. It then shakes those energies up and it acts as a way to filter and guide the energy in the right direction where they need to go, whether they need to go to the higher center or a lower center. Then we have the movement. The movement is roughly in line with your diaphragm, and this acts as a filter between the upper and the lower centers, and it helps to ensure that the correct energies are going through. So they take the highest frequency energies and take them up into the higher centers. Then we have the Ranthia. The Ranthia sits roughly in line with where your heart would be in the center of the chest. The heart chakra probably would be the closest the area. If you look at it from above, it looks like one of those revolving doors that you would find in the bank or somewhere. So it's like 4 quarters or chambers and they spin. Doesn't matter whether they spin clockwise or counterclockwise, or whether they spin fast or slow. These ones we observe and we see how they spin and what they do. They also act as a way to send the energy towards where they need to be, where they need to go. And it also, the 4 chambers, as they spin, they would filter and activate the energy. And from this, we can also have waves of energy coming out. But we'll think about those later. For now, it's just about the spinning. Today, we are working with Traeo, and Traeo is seen as a band around the neck. The band can be as thin as a micron, like it's a thin little stripe, or it could be the entire length of the neck. From this band, there are these feather-like structures. They're not quite feathers, but they're these long, wispy strands. And these strands periodically move up or down, or they can look like they're flapping or spinning or whatever. They can also appear to be hanging down. And so there's no judgment here whether yours are hanging down or whether they are flapping or whether they are out long or whether they are short. So the Traeo can, as I mentioned, be short or long. The shortest it can be is like a few centimeters or millimeters, and it can be as long as 2 meters out and away from the body in all directions. And so some people describe this as it looks almost like oil on water, so that you get this sort of rainbow iridescent color as the sun shines on it. And other people see it as almost peacock feather-like. This is not something that we control. And this is also going to change from time to time as you work with the energy. Sometimes they'll just look like feathers. Sometimes they'll just look like wispy structures. There's no judgment here. This is our entryway into the mental body. And so as the energy comes in from the Ranthia, it's as the Ranthia is spinning, the petals from the Traeo will move as though there's some wind moving through them. And what they do is they quiet or silence the emotional body and allow us to step into the mental body so that we can start looking at the mental frameworks and the mental grid or the grid work or the grid body that we have around. So it gets us in a very calm, quiet, collected state, a space where we can move away from the drama, a space where we can move away from what's not serving us on a emotional level. So I'm not going to say too much more about this. This is really for you to perceive and feel what comes through for you personally. Yes, I'm going to leave it at that. And so what we are going to do is we're going to get into this Lightbody activation. So I'm going to encourage you to go sit down or lie down, get in the comfortable position, get yourself ready. We're going to have eyes closed, a nice slow deep breathing, and then I will see you on the other side. Welcome. And let us explore now ways in which you can experience your energy even more wonderfully, even more completely. And as you relax, finding just the right posture to allow your awareness to expand and increase, making it even easier for you to become your experience. Let us start by beginning a rhythm on the new year, and as you follow and experience the energy, become that rhythm that is you, that enhances your experience even more. New Year. New Year. New Year. New Year. Dnenia. Dnenia. Good. And follow that wave out now as far as you can, adjusting the cone of the new year, increasing and enhancing your experience. Using each time you run these energies as a way to enhance your ability to experience, to add layer upon layer of subtlety to your awareness as you follow out these energies. Liao. 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 Letting the movement be transparent to all lifting energies, all lifting and floating energies. Movement. Movement. Good. And just let yourself experience now. Become your experience. Just noticing the rotation, its rate, and the direction of the Ranthia. Notice how far out you can bring your awareness from your body, how far inside your body to that infinite space that you are becoming more and more of, that you can bring your awareness to now. Ranthia. Good. And bring your awareness now to your throat area. And you might imagine that you have a very supple-like collar, a collar of energy perhaps, just at the outside of your throat, the outside of your neck, lightly but closely resting on your skin. A collar of energy, and extending outwards from this collar is energy almost like petals or feathers. These petals of a flower, thin, floating, flight-like, like a feather, shifting and floating on the energy coming through your body. We're rising on the energy from the Ranthia, floating, light-like. And these petals extend in all directions about you, forming a plane that at times drop down below the horizontal and at times come up, floating on the energy, so that as the front comes up, the petals around you rise up, and eventually the whole collar is floating flight-like. The petals are extending out several feet, perhaps a bit further. Just notice them now as you follow on these energies, as we shift the frequency here. Traeo. 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 Good. Just let your awareness float on that energy now. Just being your experience. Just observing. Just experiencing. Traeo. Traeo. Good. Now, let yourself relax more completely so that you might find yet another level to your awareness. Notice that each vibration of your breath brings yet another awareness, as though it was increasing your ability to sense these subtle frequencies. Traeo. Good. Observe all that you can now. You might still notice the petals as they float, flight-like, becoming wonderful patterns, wonderful waves. And as they do, they begin to focus the energy. You might notice your thoughts changing in the way that they come and go more smoothly, perhaps more easily, how they come in and dissolve, form and dissolve. Just observing now and expanding your observation to hold all the area about you at the same time as you observe your thoughts, as you experience, as you become your experience, being these energies now and following upon these shifts as we shift the frequency for you. Traeo. Good. Now, with a long, slow contraction on the Nuya, notice your experience even more completely, in even more areas, both physical and energy. Nuya. Good. Being your experience even more now, following these shifts. Traeo. Traeo. Good. Just notice as much of this experience as you can, as completely as you can. Noticing that the energy is being focused to an area above your throat. Just notice how that focus comes together as you float upon this energy, as you become this energy. Good. Now, you may choose to stay in this experience, following it until you choose to come back into the time and space of the earth plane. And when you choose to come back to the time and space of the earth plane, come back by noticing the Ranthia, experiencing its energy. Then, slowly and easily integrating all that you have learned and experienced back to this time and space of the earth plane.